I haven't bought a new keyboard in like 4 years or so. I've had this Logitech around for like 4 or 5 years, and it's served me fairly well. But I got some credit from Amazon for some stuff, and they were having a sale, and I've been griped at some of my online gaming buddies that this keyboard is too loud. Now this is just a pretty much basic wireless garbage keyboard, and I've been gaming so much for so long, I figured I would finally go ahead and get something quote-unquote real as far as gaming. This box is enormous, and I don't know why this box is enormous. But I mean, I guess because I don't know why keyboard boxes would need to be this big, and apparently they don't. So box is pretty heavy. I got the Razer Ultimate Black Stealth Widow or some shit like that. It doesn't have that many programmable keys or macros or something because at some point in time Razer decided they weren't going to do that anymore. I think it was like a year before last. And it lights up and does some stuff. Now this is actually the first Razer peripheral that I've owned. I've actually always owned Microsoft or Logitech keyboards. Well, before that I owned IBM. Because, you know, IBM. And they don't even, I don't think they've made keyboards in forever. But one thing that I immediately dislike about it is that it's not wireless. Because I don't like wires. And I also dislike that it's not quote-unquote ergonomic because, you know, I spend so much fucking time on my computer. Well, it'd be nice not to have to mess with that kind of stuff. But oh my god, this keyboard is heavy in the extreme. And it's got a plastic cover on it protecting this. And the the spacebar is already broken. Wow. I will call and bitch at Amazon about this. But as far as the rest of the keyboard, one thing that I was initially interested in was the fact that it's got a USB port on the side, but considering it comes straight out of here, you're losing space on the side of the keyboard, so your mouse has got to be further over. So this is bad design. Like, it should be in the back here or something. Yeah, that's that's bad. But the keyboards are very heavy. Now, these keys are like mechanical or something, and they're even louder than the other ones. This is supposed to be the stealth version, which doesn't make as much noise. Apparently you have volume keys, which are really all I would ever use. These playlist keys, I've never figured out what they're for. And then you have like macro key and a smiley key and a bright key. Brightness keys, obviously. I don't know what this G thing does. This probably flips it so that it makes the keyboard brighter or darker. Yeah, this is the broken keyboard straight out of the box. The cable that it comes with is braided and really, really long. And I notice that it's got a pass-through cable here at the start, presumably so that you can have this stuck in the back. And one of these is going to be the keyboard, one of these is going to be the pass-through on the side, and here's going to be your stereo jack. so that you can use headphones or whatever. So for my simplistic purposes, this is a bit overkill, but we'll take a look at the software and see how it goes soon. So it might be that the space bar was just loose and could easily be just pushed in, because it seems fine now. Weird. This is what I was saying about the USB port on the side being kind of worthless. I mean, unless you're using a tiny little USB dongle for a wireless mouse. This takes up so much space, if you're going to try to have your mouse next to there. So, I mean, this feels kind of garbage. But also, this is what I was saying about the light up keyboard keys light up and pulse and do things. You can mess with the software to get them to do other stuff, and I'll go over that in a bit. So the keyboard feels really, really weird. I mean, you saw what I was using before. It's the Logitech wireless some fucking thing, K360. And it's, a more than adequate keyboard for what I do. And this new one is... I haven't had a keyboard this big in years. It actually feels kind of reminiscent like of the old, 126 keyboards. So this actually will take a little bit of getting used to. The position of the keys feels weird just because of the position of it. As you can see down in the lower right hand corner, it's updating. But I'm going to do a little bit of clackety. No, the update does not require... No, are you stupid? Okay. Let's see. So I'm just going to type. Okay. I forgot about the whole bit where, like, Audacity uses a spacebar. But the keys are pretty fucking loud. So, select a profile. I don't need profiles. Lighting. I already have the breathing on my mouse. That Redragon mouse, actually, my hand did get used to it, so it's fine. There's one in here that looked kind of nifty, the ripple. And that might get annoying after a while. But I'll switch off all lighting when the display is turned off. I'm kind of irritated that the keys aren't orange like they were in the menu. So there's a gaming mode that you can disable with that G key, which will disable Tab Alt F4, and the Windows key, which is useless to me because I don't make those kinds of mistakes. You can record macros on the fly. I'm not going to do any of that. And stats. I don't need heat maps, like, at all. Is that it? Is that all this software does? This is what I had to make an account for? That's kind of weak and lame. Okay, I thought this software is gonna be a little bit more in-depth like the one for my mouse was, but I guess it's not. You can reassign keys. That's overly elaborate. So the lack of dedicated macro keys doesn't really seem at all relevant to me because I'm not one of those super Twitch gamers. But the fact that you can reprogram keys as you need seems pretty nice. And this ripple thing will probably get annoying. Yeah, this ripple will get annoying as all hell. These lighting things are kind of lame. And of course you can't see any of the stuff here that I'm doing, but just take my word for it. They're lame. But being able, I mean, like, if I weren't a touch typist, I imagine this would be useful to just have on. Anyway, this has gone on for far longer than I thought it would, given what all happened. So, the keyboard is not very quiet, and I've heard a lot of bad things about it. If in a couple months, I'll probably update my opinions of it, and we will see what we will see.